What was the most unexpected knock you got on your door? Living alone in my grandmother's old farmhouse, I never got visitors. The nearest neighbor was 2 miles away, and even the mail carrier just left packages at the end of the driveway. So when someone started pounding on my door at 3 a.m. during a snowstorm, I grabbed my shotgun. Through the peephole, I saw an elderly man in pajamas, no coat, covered in snow. He kept mumbling, "Margaret," my grandmother's name. When I opened the door, he smiled and said, "There you are, honey. I made it home." My heart dropped. He was clearly suffering from dementia, wandering in the cold. I brought him inside and called the police. While waiting, he told stories about our wedding day in 1952. He described my grandmother's dress perfectly, even the blue ribbon she wore in her hair, details I'd only seen in old photos. Turns out he was my grandmother's first love before she met my grandfather. They'd been engaged until he was drafted for Korea. He never came back, and she eventually married someone else. Now 70 years later, his dementia-addled mind had led him straight to her old house, thinking she'd be waiting. The nursing home he wandered from was 15 miles away. Before the police arrived, he looked at me and said, "You're not Margaret, are you?" I shook my head. He smiled sadly and whispered, "I never stopped looking for her."